Hi guys, happy Thursday. Today is July 25th and it's currently 10:28 in the morning. My name is Liz and I am a second year dental hygiene student. If you haven't been to this channel before, all I really post about are my real and raw vlogs of each week throughout this program. And you guys see it all. You see the good, you see the bad, you see the tears, you see the laughs, you see the eye rolls. There's a lot that goes on in here, but I wanted to make this video special for all of you because I love these videos and I have quite a lot to say. So this video, as you can see in the title, is going to be about the things I wish I would have known before going into the program. I have a little list right here. I'm going to read off of it, and if you guys end up having any questions, just comment them below and I'll answer in some way, either commenting back to you or I'll make another video. Here we go. We're gonna start with the first one. You can do it. And obviously, I'm not a graduate yet, but I did make it past my first year, and let me tell you, that was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, seriously. And a lot of people are going to be telling you that this program is hard and difficult, and you're gonna lose yourself, and you're gonna cry a lot, and you know, it's going to be hard to manage your personal and professional life, and they're not wrong, but don't let that deter you away from reaching your goals and pushing through, because as of right now, you can do it. I'm doing it. You can do it. Everyone in my class is doing it. We've made it this far. We can make it one more year. So that's the first one. Oh gosh, the next one. I'm still working on this, but I am much better than I was in my second semester last fall. You need to let go of this idea that you're going to be an all-A student, because more than likely you won't be. If you are, girl, boy, good for you. I am so impressed. But the main point of this statement is let go of the idea of perfection. You are just as capable and just as smart. Those of you who finished this program with a 4.0, amazing, good job, you're a badass. But those of you who finished this program with all C's, you're gonna get the same amount of money as those other kids, and you know just as much. You seriously are knowledgeable enough. You passed your boards, you're doing it, you're an amazing clinician. Having an A in the program will not make you better than someone who ended that class with a C or whatever. If you receive a pass, okay, this is how I think of it. When you take your national boards and you receive your results, what are you seeing? Pass or fail, right? So I personally am trying to move into the mindset that the school should be like that as well. If you have a quiz or a test or an essay or an assignment, a project, whatever, and it's a pass, you did it. That is what you're working for, is the pass, not a percentage, not a specific score. So I am moving into the mindset that a pass is an A. That's how I'm thinking of it, because I'm going to end up in the exact same position as the people in my class who are getting all A's. Again, if that's you, you're incredible. But like, that was me and it's not right now. And that's with full effort. So don't beat yourself up. An A is a pass, but a C is a pass as well. And all you want is the pass. So, okay, moving on. Okay, just like getting into this program, you probably already know that it is insanely competitive. I know people who got in to my program right now after applying for 3-4 years and getting rejected every year. I know people who got into this program, but then the competitiveness within the program got to them. They had to leave the program and they're back again right now. This program is so insanely competitive, from prerequisites to graduation. And so the point of this topic, or the point of this bullet point, is be aware of who you share your grades and your successes with, because not everybody's intention is super pure. They may still be proud of you for getting an 89, but in reality, they're gonna go home and they're gonna be so happy that they got a 90 and you got an 89. Like, there's just people that I definitely have learned who are so competitive in their nature that it puts me down, and it's not their intention, but it does put me down when I realize through the conversation that I did worse than this other person and they are so thrilled that they did better than me. It just really is a bad hit to your confidence or self-esteem. And so I am learning to have every single pass be a win and kind of keep it on the down low, but do with that as you wish. I do have some really great classmates that we share everything, all of our grades, details, whatever. So that's just my next bullet point, is beware of who you share your grades or your successes with. Okay, my next bullet is one of the most important ones. Make friends in your program, because absolutely nobody will understand what you're going through aside from your prison mates in the class. And I mean this wholeheartedly. My husband is incredible at really opening his eyes to what I'm going through and really tries to put himself into my shoes, and he does a great job understanding the stresses and like the schedule and why I'm crying because I'm thinking about an exam that's in 2 weeks when I have an essay due tomorrow, and it's because I'm really good at writing and I really am not ready for that exam, whatever it may be. And then also I've had a lot of friends and family, you know, invite me to something and then be like, well, why don't you just like skip that class? And I'm like, guys, this isn't university. Like, this isn't classes that you can skip. Like, nobody understands this program aside from the people in it. I'm just being honest. So do have the intention of making some friends. I definitely have a little group of girlies that I love dearly, and we have been doing a really good job supporting and encouraging each other, checking in, stuff like that. But I am still wanting to make more friends. I'm really still trying to like meet more people in my cohort and create better bonds. I have some trauma, and so my walls are up on my heart when it comes to opening up to people, but I am really trying. I really, really, really want my classmates to like me and feel like they can confide in me and just like get through this with me. So that brings me to my next bullet point, which is your cohort will become your people. Dental hygiene school is a group effort. Oh my gosh, I was not really aware of this. I kind of could imagine that it would be like this, but being in it is way different. When it comes to clinics specifically, you have to work as a team. Some people may have the patient that this student really needs in order to move on in the program, and you play along with each other in helping one another out with patients or reminding due dates or checking in on questions. Like if someone emailed the professor about blah blah blah, it's more than likely another student had that same question, so it's nice to just like keep in touch and keep each other aware of everything. So definitely confide and lean on your cohort. They are in this journey with you. You are not alone. And that's been a really great thing to realize, is I feel like I'm constantly overstressing and overanalyzing and being overly anxious about blah, 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 blah. But then my friends are too, and I'm like, oh, okay, good. Like, we're all freaking out. It's not just me. Which brings me to another point that has to do with your cohort, though. If you're studying with a group, make sure that they are studying productively or in the same way you do. Okay, I think I kind of talked about this in a previous video, the Let's Chit Chat video. I learned very quickly that I can't study in a group. I just can't retain information like that. I kind of have to learn on my own, and then I can quiz myself within a group. So just make sure that you're aware of how you study and what would work best for you. And when you are studying with your group, even if it is just quizzing each other, the apps need to be put away, the phones need to be put away. Any topic that's not related to school needs to be timed. Like, you guys do have to create a good, healthy schedule so that you're not just wasting time or having too much fun and then showing up to the exam unprepared. It really is important. So just make sure of that before you go into the program. Now, talking about studying, this one is huge. You cannot study last minute, and you cannot forget what you have learned on the test prior, because ultimately it all connects. Goodness, that one was a really hard lesson for me. When you have a chapter, okay, let's pretend it's Monday and you have 2 chapters to read for your class on Thursday, and the exam is going to be the following week, and the chapters open up Monday. Like, you should be reading those chapters, putting them in Quizlet, and starting to study Monday. Because if you learn it on Thursday, then you're spending that time putting it into a Quizlet and like beginning to study for Friday. Do you know what I mean? And then you have less than a week before the exam that you have to pass and do well on. So showing up to your class prepared with a little bit of knowledge and your study material completed, and then just like putting in anything that you go over in class that's important, that is what you're supposed to be doing. You have to start studying the second that anything is released. I'm not kidding. It's so, so important. If you guys have been watching my videos, then you know that I am struggling really bad right now with mental health and the program. They go hand in hand. I don't really struggle like this on a daily outside of the program. My whole personality has truly changed since the first day of school. And I'm really hoping that when school is over next year, I start getting a little bit more back to normal. But with all of that said, I am currently medicated for my anxiety, and if I weren't, I probably would have dropped out. And that's just full honesty. School was really, really tearing me down. Last year, my second semester in the fall was the hardest thing I've ever gone through in my education, for sure, and definitely up there on the list in my life in general. Those classes were just really incredibly difficult. The material turnover was way too fast. Having my kids be in school and learning to manage my children's schedule and my daughter's dance schedule and my photography business, and just being back in school for the first time in a long time was way too much on me. I was not okay. I had to get prescribed sleeping aids. I got put on anxiety medication. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm struggling right now with like hyperthyroidism in a way. Like, I have all the blood tests and workups are showing hyperthyroidism, but like my symptoms and my ultrasound on my thyroid were like not coinciding with the diagnosis. I don't even know, but I just like am not feeling good. Like, my body has totally broken down, and it's 100% from the stress. When people say that stress can kill you, I feel like I got really close. It was really difficult. So my next bullet point is huge. Okay, it says, learn how to manage stress. I am currently living on the defense. Advocate for your mental health and seek medical help if necessary, like medical interventions, medications, stuff like that. Do not be ashamed. So I have that bullet point. I'm still going through it. I'm still willing to ask for help. My medications are helping immensely. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, I can breathe and I am sleeping a little bit. That fall semester last year, you guys, I literally was not sleeping for days on end. Like, it would be Monday night was my first night of like literally no sleep, maybe an hour total, and that would continue until Sunday. And then on Sunday I would crash for like 8 hours. Like, it was just not okay. And I still am having a hard time with sleep, but not that bad. My stress levels, my outbursts, my tears, my heart rate, oh my gosh, my whole body just like starts to shake because of how anxious I get. It's really hard to explain. Honestly, if you guys haven't seen Inside Out 2, oh, I'm gonna cry, oh my gosh. The end of that movie where anxiety has her moment. That part of the movie hit me so deep in my heart because that's exactly how I feel. Like that whole scene was just, it really hit the nail on the head with how anxiety makes me feel. So long story short, sorry about my little rant there. Do what you gotta do to manage your stress. As you guys probably know, I am a huge gym goer, so I go to the gym every single day. There are times in the program where if I feel super unprepared for an exam the next day, it takes over and I can't go to the gym. I really need to start being better. I could maybe take my study material and go walk on the treadmill at least. Moving your body is just really, really healthy, especially in de-stress scenarios. I also have on here go on walks, take an hour off in silence, or to just read or watch trash TV. Just manage your stress in a way that's not going to overwhelm you. I understand being so stressed out that you feel guilty to do anything else, but you will burn out. You're just not gonna make it if you do it that way. So make sure to learn what kind of de-stressing activities work best for you and set them in your schedule. Literally set a time every Thursday for 1 hour, read a personal choice book, or every Tuesday for half an hour, go outside in my backyard with a cup of tea and just sit in silence. Like literally anything that you want to do that's gonna help. Okay, my next one is kind of silly, but like very, very real. Clinic is not always fun. And the bullet points I have under that are, you will question if this is the right career, and it's gonna cause you so much sadness, so much doubt, and so much stress. And I literally can't emphasize this enough. Clinic sucks so bad. It's so stressful. I obviously do enjoy the act of doing dental hygiene. I really enjoy patient education and the oral cancer screening, and I love figuring things out. So if I do a probe depth of 5 millimeters and there's subgingival calculus in more than 4 areas or whatever, and this person qualifies for an SRP, like I love being correct in diagnosing or whatever. I love getting things when the light bulb goes off, but so many things go wrong, and the faculty wants us to succeed, but they want to do it in a way that's like very harsh. Like, I don't really know. It's okay. I'm not a baby. Like, I would much rather them be harsh on me and perfect my skills and turn me into the best clinician ever than not. But it is hard on you if you're having a rough day, and then there's also someone that you look up to kind of being a little too harsh. You may break down, and the rule in clinic is cry in the bathroom or cry in your car. They do not want to see tears at all. I've cried from clinic a few times. You guys have seen it, but it's always in my car. I think I've teared up in clinic once, and it was in the first semester of pre-clinic, and it was during our perio charting, like probing procedure evaluation, and I was like really close to failing it and having to remediate, and that was like sad to my confidence. But then in post clinic huddle, like at the end of the day, we found out that absolutely everyone passed, and my brain went straight to like, you're kidding me, everyone did so well and I almost failed. Like, I would have been the one person that almost failed, and it just like took my confidence down 10 notches, and I was like really upset. But now clinic causes me so much stress and anxiety because we really depend on our patients for graduation requirements, and also I am still learning, so a lot of things are just like still difficult, and I'm hard on myself. I have a lot of time goals, like I want to finish probing in 5 minutes, or I want to complete a whole assessment in an hour, like stuff like that. And if I don't reach them, I'm just really hard on myself, and that sucks, and I should chill. But at the same time, like, doesn't that just show that I'm dedicated to being the best me I can be? Like, a lot of you guys that are in the program or going into a program like this are just like that, so you'll be happy to hear that clinic sucks and You shouldn't be hard on yourself, but you're gonna be hard on yourself. Get through it. You're gonna be okay. You are in the right field. So those are just some things I remind myself all the time. Okay, I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but reverse learning is the only way that you're going to succeed in this program. You need to learn the material before the class and then use the class as a review. Honestly, that's pretty self-explanatory. Take it to heart. Practice what I'm preaching. My next one is advocate for yourself and ask for demos if you need them, or clarification if you need it, or an explanation. You are paying for this education, and your faculty should do their jobs and educate. Self-explanatory. The next one is a little quote that Austin tells me all the time. If you are scared, do it scared. It's better to try and fail than fail to try. Again, self-explanatory. The next thing that I wish I would have known before getting into the program, but I will admit I'm pretty freaking good at, and I've always just been this way because I swear to God I might have OCD. Like, I'm not sure. But my next point is organization is a full-time job. You guys have seen how organized I am. I don't even have to, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or be braggy. I'm very humbly telling you that I'm just very organized. It's just how I've always been in my life. I'm color coded. I have notes for how I want to break down every day and each hour. In school, I make a study spreadsheet on how I'm going to break up my time studying for what classes with what material every week. I have a to-do list every single day that's color-coded by the class. I have reminders in my phone that are 10 pages long. I have a written planner and an electronic planner. I write things on a whiteboard. I just am super organized. So if you guys do want to see anything ever, let me know, because it is seriously one of the things I love most in the world. No joke. Planner stickers, colored pens, highlighters, tape, all of it. I am just a huge fanatic for organization, and in this program, you need it. There's no option aside from being organized as hell. So another thing I wish I would have known is that your loops that you purchase in the program are a separate cost from your tuition. To be honest, I kind of feel like I did know that, but when you hear and you know that medical equipment is expensive, and then you hear that your school is going to get you loops at a huge student discount, I think I was just being naive and expecting a very low price. But I almost spent $3,000 on my loops. I think I spent $2,600. I got the ergo loops in the color I wanted. I got the best of the best because I was just thinking it was a good student discount, and if I am going to spend money on medical equipment, I'm gonna get the best medical equipment. So I think it was $600 more than the lower step loop, and I wouldn't change it for the freaking world, but it is something I wish I would have known. Loops are expensive, and it's a separate cost from your tuition, which is already so expensive. Okay, my next point that I want to go over, I am not going to dwell on too long because I do go over it in my How Do I Study and How Do I Take Notes video, so please go watch that if you want a little bit more of a breakdown. But my next bullet point is studying is trial and error, different for each person and different techniques for each class. That's where I'll stop, and then you guys go watch that other video and go ahead and ask me any questions that you may have about it. Next bullet point goes with clinic being crappy. Patient recruitment is a bitch. The meanest, rudest bully ever. Patient recruitment is horrible. I suck at it. I have no tips or tricks aside from start now. I have been telling first years, because they don't see patients until the spring, I have been saying, get a list right now of people that will do it so that you can create a quick schedule when it comes to winter break. I am 19 patients short for this next semester, and we won't be getting 19 open chairs. And you are kidding me if you think I'm going to be taken out of this program because of open chairs or clinic. So sadly, I don't really have great advice, but start now. It sucks. Okay, I kind of did talk about this earlier, but it's so huge. Write it on a sticky note, put it on your water bottle, write it in Sharpie on a binder, put a reminder in your phone. I don't even know what you need to do, but the next bullet point is celebrate every win. This program is going to have a lot of losses. Like, you're going to get a lower score than you wanted on this. You're gonna fail that exam. You're not gonna pass that procedure evaluation, whatever the case may be. So every single win needs to be celebrated. You're a badass for getting that one win, no matter what it is. So that one's a huge one, and I have been doing better with that. Okay, the next one is like kind of silly, but it's not silly when you're in the situation, but it's like silly saying it right now, even though I'm scared for it to happen in a few weeks again. The next bullet point is, there is no orientation day. You are sprinting from day one. You guys, I didn't know any of my class last fall, aside from like the 2 or 3 people I like got semi-close with in the few classes we had last summer. And so on that first day, everyone talks about syllabus week and like, oh my gosh, we just like were told to get a binder on our first day. That's it. No, hygiene school is not like that. Are you kidding? I remember going home and crying on the first day of school because I was like, what the frick is this? I went to school expecting us to stand up and say like, hi, I'm Liz and I'm 20 whatever and I have 2 kids and I'm here now, and hear everyone else giving their little introduction too. But do you want to know what happened on our first day? We went into a 63-page PowerPoint. We had 5 chapters to read. We had an exam the following week, and I think we had like a vocab test in a few days. I think I went home and didn't even know my professor's name yet, but I had all of this stuff that was due and that I had to study, and it was difficult material. And so, long story short, there's no orientation day. Your orientation day is the day before, when you're sitting at home with no classmates or teachers. Next day, you are in it full force, get ready for a test. That's it. Okay, this next one I kind of mentioned when I went over organization being super important. It says, make a to-do list or a what's due list every single week. Things happen quickly and the turnover of information is rapid. Procrastination is not an option. I kind of already went over all of that, but I'm being serious. Every Sunday or Monday, whatever works best for you, find a piece of paper and literally write down your schedule, which days is which classes, what exams you have that week, what quizzes you have that week, what your reading material is. Like, write it all down so that you could cross and make sure you dot all your I's and cross all your T's. Okay, don't cram and memorize. You have to take this time to study and learn. This one's hard, and honestly, if you have an exam in 3 days and you want to pass it and you need to pass it, just freaking memorize. Like, whatever. I don't know. I feel like you do need to know this material because at the end of your 2 years or 18 months, whatever. I'm so sorry. I don't know why my camera keeps dying right when it shouldn't, but as I was saying, at the end of your program, however long your program is, you are going to have to pass a national boards exam, actually a few others as well. You just have exams that you have to pass, and in order to pass those exams and become a licensed registered dental hygienist, you do need to know the information. So ultimately, you need to learn it, study and learn, understand, watch YouTube videos, ask for clarification, whatever you need to do. But to pass the exam, pass the class, if you need to memorize right now and memorize that whole chapter in a book to be able to pass the exam, and that works best for you, then do that. I'm not going to sit here and say that you need to learn everything right this second. You really should. You really should have that intention, but I've definitely memorized a few study guides to be able to pass the exam. I already talked about this, so again, I'm not going to dive in too far, but this one says, do not compare yourself to others. If you make it through the program with all C's and someone makes it with all A's, you are just as smart, just as valuable, and you will earn just as much in pay. Listen to those words, take it to heart. You're doing amazing. You don't need to be the best. You don't. The next one is the last one, and it's very important, and I wish I would have known before the program started, but I'm also still learning. You need to create a work-life balance. The best quote that I came up with when writing this bullet point list is, say no when you need to, say yes when you can. If you have a few exams coming up and you're not ready, and there's a rodeo on Saturday night, I think you're staying home, right? You should be the one staying home and studying. This is just 2 years of your life, and you're gonna be making bank, and you're gonna be financially independent, and you're gonna be so cool. So just like push through, get it done, say no to the plans. In 2 years, you can go to the rodeo. And that does bring me though to the one that says, say yes when you can. If you have a rodeo this Saturday and a last minute ticket pops up and you have an exam and you feel ready and you have time after the rodeo to study, or you know what, you took the exam on Friday and you don't have anything till next Wednesday and you have Tuesday off of school, go to the rodeo. Like, you have to say yes to some things when you can, or else you're just like, you're gonna burn out. You're gonna burn out anyways, but you should decide how you burn out. It shouldn't like happen to you without your work, you know what I mean? So anyways, I don't know if that made any sense. Okay guys, that's about it. That's everything that I wish I would have known before starting dental hygiene school. This has been a whirlwind. I am so not ready for my second year to start in just like 3 weeks. I am so nervous. This fall I am taking pharmacology, perio 2, community dental. Oh, there was another one. Oh my gosh. See, this is how unprepared I am. I don't know. Oh goodness, clinical theory 2. So those are the classes I'm in this fall, as well as clinic obviously, and as well as an independent study. And we're also doing a like schools county thing. I don't really know yet. I'll keep you guys updated, of course. I am so happy you're here. I hope that this really helped you guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to answer absolutely everything and anything. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.